what you have to do is you don't want to go for default judgments or summary judgments. What you want to do, you want to drag the other side into court. If they fail to answer in 21 days, what you do then is you write a warrant out to the sheriff's department or to the U.S. Marshals, and they will go get the guy that you're suing, and they will drag him into court. So you could have him stand there so you could read your claim in open court under oath of affirmation and tell that man, now, are you going to answer or not? You're going to answer. And if he refuses to answer, now he can never appeal it. Because if it's only a default judgment against the man or a summary judgment, he could appeal it for the next 10 million years because I never said in open court under oath of affirmation my claim. It was always stated on paper. So it only becomes written like ironclad once it's under oath of affirmation. It's called viva voce by a man. Once a man has spoke in open court under oath of affirmation, it's written in stone. But while it's on paper, it never had the full force of law. So I have to wait until I'm ready to take a trip down to Alabama and say to the U.S. Marshal Service, go grab him and drag him into court so I could force him to listen to me, whether he likes it or not. And they'll go get him. They'll bring him into the court, say, this should only take you 5 minutes. You know, you come with us. He's got to go. So that way he can't appeal it. That way he can never say, well, oh, I wasn't given enough time. I wasn't, hey, buddy, you're here now.
Speak up or forever hold your peace, right?
What's that? I've been here.
I said speak up or forever hold your peace.
Let any man speak now, forever hold his peace. Exactly. It has to be done. Just like at a wedding, right? It has to be, you have to yell it out to the congregation. You got no choice. Is anybody going to come forward now? Is forever hold your peace? It's like, everybody's like, oh, don't make him say that. Don't make him say that. Some jerk is going to yell out in the background. Nope, we have to say it. That's the law. So that's the whole.
And if they don't speak up, that's it.
That's it. And now it's right. Now it's written in stone. What God has joined, may no man tear asunder. It's that simple. And when you're in a common law court, if you want to actually get biblical on these people, it's Genesis 1:26-28, where it just says that man is the representative of God on this earth. So we just represent God. We just proof that God exists because we are his representatives. So there you go. But I never go biblical on these people. It's not worth my time because they just laugh at you when they start seeing you go biblical. I just make my one-sentence claim. You got a right? And the cop says, yes. I said, no, you don't. You have a duty. Do you have a right? Yes, I do. No, you got to. It's a privilege to wear that badge. Can your supervisor come to you today and say, that's it, Officer Bob, turn in your badge and your gun. You're no longer a cop. You're like, well, yes. I said, can somebody come to me and say, Karl, turn in your badge and your gun. You're no longer a man. No, that's ridiculous. I'll never lose my capacity to be a man. You will lose your capacity to be a cop.
And what they forget, Karl, is that all, in terms of the Declaration of Independence, all of the rights come from God.
Well, like I said, if you want to use their documents, that's swell. You know, if you want to use it. See, I tell people I never use the Constitution. The only time I ever use the Constitution is...
I don't use the Constitution. No, never use the Constitution, but I was talking about the Declaration of Independence.
Like I said, to Dean Clifford. And Dean actually agreed with me. And then I can't believe they turn around and go ahead and do something different. Like, when I say things, you guys must forget so fast, it's scary. You have to say what you believe. And then what you say is, not only is that my belief, but the Constitution of the United States also supports my belief. And that's what I base my claim on. My claim is support on the shoulders of giants like Thomas Jefferson when he stated in the Declaration of Independence, blah, blah, blah. So like I said, you never use the Declaration of Independence in your claim other than a supportive, like just a support, like when you're building a house, just the foundation of your claim. That people in this country will recognize as true. In France, they couldn't care less. But in this country, well, it's a nation. In this nation, it stands true. It's a nation, not a country. But that's semantics. Joe Sixpack don't know the difference. But I try to keep telling people the proper words to use so that don't, so the courts don't run them over like a freight train. And once the courts the proper words, they get nervous real quick. Because they understand you understand it's very simple. And the worst thing you folks should do is use synonyms. That's the worst thing you could do. You got a good A+ and gold star when you were in school and you use fancy synonyms. Nope, not in this matter. When you just say they had no right to administrate my property. Simple. Just say that. Or they're administrating my property without right. That's my whole lawsuit. Because they can't ask you, well, define what administration means. It's like, dude, I only have 5 or 6 words. That's my whole lawsuit. I don't explain anything. You know what? If you don't understand this, let's take it before the jury. Maybe the jury will understand. I'm ready to go. And then there you go. That's why you make your lawsuit just 1 sentence long, 2 sentences tops. You're done. That way, you know, what's there to answer? You guys give them these 200-page lawsuits, they could say, oh, this is ridiculous. It's going to take us 10 years to read this nonsense. You know what? Just ignore these guys. What are they going to do? They always ignore the 200-page lawsuits. How are they going to ignore a 1-sentence lawsuit? Like I said, the U.S. Marshals read my lawsuit twice in like 10 minutes. They're like, this is it? This is your whole lawsuit? I said, yeah. I said, it's simple. You know, the parties, I, a man, you know, when in the public, and known as Karl Lentz. And then the wrongdoers, I said, is the DHR. And then the nature of the party, a state agency, a federal agent, and under the jurisdiction under this court. And I said, that's it. And I said, then like the cause of action was a trespass, and then the characteristics of the trespass was the use of a forged instrument to interfere with my rights. And then the remedy was just I want $1 for every second they use a forged instrument to interfere with my rights. And that was it. And I said, I will verify all this open court under oath of affirmation. And they said, that's your whole lawsuit? I said, yeah, that's it. What do you think a lawsuit has to be? I said, they said, that's ridiculous. That's your whole lawsuit? I said, that's it. Any moron can understand this thing. Let them come to court and say they did not use a forged instrument. I said, because the use of a forged instrument interfered with my rights. See Exhibit A. There you go. There's the forged instrument. And they read the forged instrument, and I said, holy cow. They said, you're right. This doesn't have your name on it, your wife's name on it, your kid's name on it. I said, that's right. It has some grandma's name on it with some uncle's name on it with a 3-year-old girl's name on it. I said, these people were so arrogant and so brazen and so confident that I could never have this heard in any court. It was a blank form. All I had to do was put my name, my wife's name on it, the baby's name on it, stamp, sign, and seal it, and they could have got away with it. But they were so arrogant, they just grabbed anybody's contract and threw it in my kid's case file. I said, that's how brazen these people are. That they figure, well, what's he going to do?
They're very brazen.
That's beyond lazy. I mean, not only brazen, they're lazy. And then that's what I said. The U.S. Marshals, like, sir, I see exactly what they did to you. Like, God bless you. I'm so sorry, you know, what they've done. You know, we're going to write a note, letter down to the marshals down in Alabama, tell them not to worry about you, that you're a good guy. And if we have any kinds of writs that come to our office, we'll be more than glad to execute for you. So I said, well, thank you. Because at least they could see, you know, what was true right there in front of them. I didn't hand them this 200-page, you know, manifesto. I handed them 1 page. And then the contract. They said, that's it? That's your whole lawsuit? Yeah, that's it. Like, what's so hard for these people to understand in Alabama? I don't know. Answer this thing, or don't answer it. I don't care.